boys and girls. Welcome to reading class. Glad you're here. Today I am going to project a sheet that you have in your packet. So please pull out your packet and you will find a nonfiction text example that has two sides. So the first side looks like this, and then the back side looks like upside down, looks like this. And you can follow along on the screen because I have this projected, or you can follow along using the actual sheet. I cannot read the words very well on the screen, so when I read this to you, I'm going to read from the sheet. So you can decide. We've done a lot of work this week on labeling text features and graphic features, so this is just one more practice for that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to read this for you. A warm bath. Whale sharks live in warm oceans around the world. They swim in the middle of the ocean and also close to shore. These giant animals often swim on the surface of the water. They also dive very deep. Some whale sharks make very long trips. Some whale sharks make very long trips. No one knows for sure why. Whale sharks sometimes gather in large groups. Okay, so that's just a little bit of information, but the main part of this assignment is for you to look at these features, these graphic and text features, and label them using these words here. So we have heading, caption, map, keyword, and photograph. So they're only used one time. If you get done and you're down to your last one and you're like, oh, that one doesn't make sense, that's not what that is, and go back and look at your work and see if maybe you put a label in the wrong spot. Make sure you're looking at what the arrow is pointing at. So the arrow was pointing at this arrow was pointing right here, this arrow is pointing right here, this arrow is pointing at here, this little boxed section, and this is pointing at this. And then on the next page, we've looked at these with some examples in class. It's a little hard to read, but I think you might recognize it based on what we've done in class. These are some important words, bolded words with some descriptions. So what is that called? What is this called? Here, the arrow is pointing at just this little section, but this arrow is pointing at this bigger section. And then we got this arrow here and this arrow here. And these labels say table of contents, labels, diagram, graph, index, and glossary. So go ahead and move those to where they belong. If you have trouble moving them or using your pen or whatever, just go ahead and write them in your paper version. We've talked about that before. If you ever have computer issues, you can use the paper version. That's why we have that in there. Okay, when that is done, go back to the first page. You have some work in your packet. One is on our AY patterned words. We've done a lot of work with these this week as well. So look at your list of words and you're going to sort them into those two categories. We have some glossary work on the back. So here we have kind of like that little mini dictionary. Oops, I lost my light. Okay, they're back. We have the little mini dictionary, the words with their definitions, and answer the questions. One says, what is a sanctuary? So you're going to go up and find the word sanctuary and write the definition. Number two, between what two words would cub be placed if added to the glossary? So if we're going to add the word cub in here, where would it belong? Where would you put it? You can explain where. What is number three? What is a deep sleep animal entered during winter called? Just look at the definitions and see if you can find which word talks about a deep sleep animal. And number four, what is an herbivore? So find the word herbivore and write down the definition of herbivore. Some glossary work. Okay. And then writing, we are going to write an opinion piece. We've done a lot of opinion writing, so you guys should know exactly what to do here. I have 2 sides, so please try to write more. We've been practicing that. We've been working on adding more detail, more color words, more adjectives, telling more, so that we are developing as writers. And remember, adding compound words, that's another thing we've been working on. So this piece is called, or this opinion writing piece says, some schools are running out of money. They are no longer teaching music and art. Do you think this is fair? Why or why not? So you have to decide, in your opinion, is that fair? If you think yes, you're going to say why. Yes, I believe this is fair because, or I do not believe this is fair, do not feel this is fair because. So like we've been practicing, you need to introduce your topic with your opinion. So state your opinion, give some reasons. I would say 3 would be a good number. If you want to give more, great. And then you're going to use those linking words like because, and, or also in order to connect your reasons to your opinion. Okay, that's where those compound sentences come into play, using those linking words. And then you're going to write a concluding statement, which again is restating that first statement, restating your opinion. Alrighty, practicing good handwriting, spacing, capitals, spelling, punctuation, as always. All right, so this is your work for reading today. I will meet you back here for our math video. Have a good day, have a good reading session, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.